I'm going to skip the rest of the intro. Because I can. I need to set up the camera. Give me a second, I forgot. Turn autofocus off. And... that should be okay. Maybe brighten this down a bit. Alright. Sorry. Hello. Good morning. It is 7 degrees or something. It's quite cold. My hands are cold. I need help. But it is Friday. So that's good. It's going to be another short stream today because I have raid again. But there should be enough time to finish Endwalker for real. I tried last night, but I ran out of time. You know, we streamed for 6 hours yesterday and couldn't get it done. If I had an extra hour, maybe. But... oh, it's going to be a beautiful day, though. It doesn't happen often on stream. Not this time. I think that's the first one of one on the stream. Oh, and 2 in one day. Let's go. Alright, that's a good start. It's a very good start. So I decided, because it's early still for the Americas, I'm gonna start with a Frontline. It hasn't happened for like a week. Because Endwalker's been so encompassing, but because I'm literally at the trial for the end of 6.0, I might need to wait just a little bit. Plus, who knows? Maybe if Callie gets on in the next half hour, he'll be able to go there instead of being late by 1 minute. So we'll start with that, and then jump over there. I also love, like, I have stream elements running for the stream, right? For alerts and everything. I think it's degrading slowly over time. Because when I first started, when I first came back, it was like, you're streaming, blah blah blah, the whole title. And then it forgot my name, like 3 days ago. And now it just says, is now live streaming. I'm like, okay, it's not very much, I guess. So it's like degraded over time and become bad. But maybe it needs a break, you know, it will have a break over the weekend. Poor bot, working so hard. But yes, I have... it's probably going to be another 3 hour. Technically I have 3.5 hours, but I like some time in between my stream and raid. But there will only be one today. Man, the camera's getting bright, isn't it? I turned down the brightness, but it's like... the lights here are just too bright. Could also be because there's a crack in the window and I can see the outside. The outside is shining through. It's not sunny though. It's basically like Ilmig. I've been pretty unlucky with Frontline this week, actually. I've had 2 third places. So maybe doing it on stream will solve that, because I was winning a lot. I think like 5 of 7 Frontlines were won on stream. So perhaps we can win again. It doesn't really matter about winning. I do need to do a lot of PvP over this weekend to get my mount. Well, we have like 3 days before the server goes down for 24 hours. So I should probably get it done. This weekend's gonna have a bit. Like, I'm probably going to finish 6.1 quests off stream, just by myself. 6.1, not that exciting of a patch anyway. Just got a dungeon. Some other stuff. I don't really remember it. It's like the pre-void quest. So I'll probably do that, and then perhaps Pandemonium during the weekend. Get my PvP mount during the weekend. Clean the house. There's a bit to do over the weekend. But no raiding from what I'm aware. So I should have time to do it. Not sure when my next raid will be after today. This guy just freaking ran directly at us. Like, mate, you are all alone. Maybe I should zoom out because I can see shit. Well, Yellow came and took our stuff while we were out there fighting. How dare they? Pretty rude, dude. Can't even fight it back because we have no people. Our team might even get pinched because they're all up there. I was hoping he'd dismount and fight me because I ruined all my health, but no. Apparently not. Alright, well, not a great start to the match, but we can turn the tide. We've done it before. Bit harder on this map because the score limit is lower, but God, he's so fast. He was just gone. Alright, yellow's hidden here, of course. Is it all of them? Probably. He uses Samurai LB into my immunity. I guess that's a good eventide. We can't hold that though, there's so many. Blue seems quite okay with letting yellow get everything. Yes, we should think about fighting yellow. We have that. After the earlier engagement, they're a bit weak over here. God, that was a good grip. Love to see it. It was beautiful. We'll just kill them off. Blue's attacking us now, but that's fine. We are in the lead. So, and we're a bit pinched if we continue that way. Boys, I know you want to fight yellow very hard, but we might die. It's so aggressive now, holy. I love how if you start fighting a team, sometimes it just turns into like them coming back, just pushing, just tunnel vision push. Because we're probably going to have to get rid of them with how far up they are. They're so pushed up. But at least they're going for blue over here. Alright, we'll take that. There's blue riding right in. I love how everyone just left. Blue's just like, you know, we'll go in there. It's all good. I got silenced. Rude. It's literally the only counter. Okay. Cute drag, Mr. Warrior. Capping it. Even though it's not worth a lot. Oh god. Let's just back out there a little bit. And we got yellow here. Holy. I guess we did get into the lead though, so sort of makes sense. Just trying to protect people. This one is our one, even though blue's there. Let's get him. Slug him out. In yellow, apparently. Oh, there's an absolute bloodbath here. I don't think both teams like what we did. They could be fighting each other's points, but you know, it is what it is. Let's get in there, boys. That was a good cleanup. Very effective. Stop blue from capping it though. Silence him. Nice of a red to spawn right on top of us. I mean, yellow got one as well, but maybe blue will go for that instead. We don't really need to fight for that one. So I'm just gonna chill a little bit, make sure it doesn't get capped. From some sneaky boy. Alright, we all have a red tower. Everyone is happy. Ooh. Monk's still coming after me. Mistake. So that was extremely under control. Alright, there is a gold on the map, but there is also this. Which we're gonna need help for. Okay. Bit bullshit. Not gonna lie, I got off my mount before he even jumped at me and still got hit. Hope someone's keeping that because I wasn't. Well, like I said, it was a bad start to the match, but I think we might just do it. Easy. Oh. Just let me give someone a calm. The hell? I got one. Nice. That should get me to rank 12 as well, so that's one less level I need to worry about. We're almost there. If I lose every match, 13, 2, 5, 10. I gotta do like 20 or so crystalline conflicts. I think. If I lose every match. Hopefully I don't lose every match, but you never know. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm finally Biss. I know the tier's been out for 10,000 years. But given that I didn't raid for 4 months and moved country and all that, getting Biss before the end of the tier, good job. It could have happened months ago, honestly, but I didn't really care. But now that I'm most possibly doing top at some point after the next Savage tier, having it ready is good. I don't even know the skill speed that is best for top, so that's something that I'll have to look at. Because I'm doubting 2.5 is like better than low skill speed for it. I just highly doubt it, you know. Anyway, now that the distractions are out of the way, we did get interrupted at an important part of the story last night. Zenos said, "Let us dispense of these distractions, you and I." And then I decided to make him wait 12 hours. So we've got to go back, get back on him and ride to battle. I like this art. I'm sad you never get to see it. I logged out right here. So let's see how long the queue is. 9 minutes. I'm okay with waiting. It gives me time to actually do things. Sorry, Zenos, I'll see you soon. We'll hear that music enough in a moment. Alright, there's 2 DPS in the queue. So there are actually people trying to do it right now, so... this is good. Let's see if the bun can win any big MGP. Doesn't look likely. Shame. Ah well. 2 10,000s in a day is good enough. Because I logged out there, I obviously didn't finish my flying in Ultima Full. So I've still got to do all the side quests and stuff, but it doesn't matter too much. I don't know, do you ever go back there for like post story? I don't think so, right? Ultima Full is a very like one-off zone. You go there for the story and you're done. Obviously there's the tribe quest, but that is it. We almost have 500k sitting in that retainer. That's a good amount. Oh, that didn't take long at all. I'll turn stance off just in case, because I'm going to be in the cutscene. You know, the other tank might be a Giga Chad and want to tank it. Instant portrait reverted. I forgot. This is a very cool trial to end the expansion, though. I enjoyed it. It's too bad the extreme isn't very fun. Like, it had one mechanic to figure out blind with the head spins, but other than that...
You will never reach it. Will never reach the deliverance you seek.
The extreme also debated us with the music. Because when you first load in, you get the really sick music, and then it goes back to this. It's like... you bastard. Nice portrait.
Our hunt ends this day. There is nowhere you can flee that we cannot follow.
Even stars must die.
I fucked up my rotation. Whoa. I doubt I can ever out-aggro that paladin anyway, so I'm just going to turn stance on because I don't remember if there's like a tank mechanic. You know, unless he dies. Then I can out-aggro him.
Utterly futile. Your suffering is at an end. This is a kindness. All of us have known despair.
True. Okay, there is.
We have seen the end.
There is indeed one of those. I knew I wouldn't make it. The rough divide kept me paused for long enough.
The same end. Again and again.
That's alright. I'm considering, you know, at the end of the fight, I might just not damage. We'll see then. And you not back? Nah, I like doing the mechanic. It was the hardest mechanic in the extreme.
If there is no happiness in life, there is only one place it may be found.
I hope the Paladin lets me LB though, because, I mean, Paladin LB is boring as hell. Like, legit. One of the most boring LVs in the game.
Oblivion.
Damn it. I pressed it at the same time, but I guess he got it a millisecond earlier.
Dynamis.
Bastard.
No matter. You only delay the inevitable. This is fate.
We both pressed it on 4. I just have 150 ping.
Your time has come. It always does.
We die. I could have actually got a whole no mercy off him. Didn't even realize it took this long. Will anyone say in the chat, oh no, our DPS was too low? All someone said was holy lag back, man. Alright, I'm gonna do one rotation of DPS and then auto attack.
What is this defiance?
Not that my DPS will really affect it that much.
The pain, the loss.
But I would like to hear the Scions
We
talk.
cannot suffer it again.
I'm AFK now.
We will stand against fate.
No matter the cost.
We've been here before.
Many a time.
Many a time.
Thus do we know.
Thus do we know.
I still remember.
To never give up.
The hope will shine again.
Look at them all playing the game.
What we saw. What I saw. This can only end in misery and desolation. If this was not the answer, then what is it? Where lies happiness?
It's a shame they don't put an eye level sync onto the final trials of the expansions. Because Hades is the same, it just dies so fast. I remember the first time playthrough, you know, you get like 3 rounds of that song. I am all that remains, everyone disappeared. Alright. On to the finale. Superhero landing. This part might make me a bit emotional, honestly.
No matter where we flew, there was only darkness and loneliness and pain. We couldn't find the answers Hermes yearned for, the answers he deserved. Greetings, you who are my final encounter. I wish to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
I guess one last time.
Yes, I can see them. The memories of a long, long journey. So many people. The thoughts of them overflowing in your heart. what they live for, what gives their lives meaning. There was never a single answer.
Here comes Flo to ruin everyone's career.
You gather pieces of happiness, precious and fragile, only to lose them. Then start again. On and on it goes, until death takes you into its gentle embrace. That which Hermes sent us to find was there all this time, on Atheris.
We created it together.
Like a field of flowers, perhaps. At first a single blossom. It spreads and takes on more colors. Thank you for guiding me here. To find these words at journey's end fills me with joy. And so, before I fall forever silent, there is one thing I must do. No expression of regret will undo what my sisters and I have done, or restore what we have stolen. But if you would allow it, I would sing one last song. A song of the newfound joy that swells in my heart. Of the beauty of light when it shines across a dark and starless sea. Of a dream that from the soil of worlds now lost to sorrow, life will spring forth once more. Nourished by gentle rains and caressed by uplifting winds. A song of hope.
Ah, the light! It burns!
One day, life will fill the universe again, and Hermes will see this and smile. How, I do not know. But I do know that, where there is a will, there is a way. After all, miracles happen every day. Do they not?
Yes.
I will create a path back to your ship, where your dear friends await. Hold in your heart your desire to return to them, then follow my lead and walk forth. That hope will surely guide you true.
That Miracles line still emotional. I mean, it's never made me cry, but it definitely hits me. It's like, oh, they do. Endwalker not as emotional this time through. Maybe because I'm in a different place. Like, I'm feeling much better about life than I was when Endwalker came out.
You mean to return to the world where you are hailed as a hero?
This guy.
Hear me then. Not as a hero, but as simply you. As I learned in Alamigo, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my all to bear. I need burn through the candle of my life. This is the sole pleasure I know. And it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you to issue challenge and offer singular bliss. If you wish to walk away, I will not stop you.
It's interesting that they don't give you the option to actually walk away, because I know there are people that would. They're just like done with him, right? They're not Zenos enjoyers. They would just walk away. But you can't.
You value life. You do not burn yours save for reasons you deem worthy. Reasons such as those which brought you here. The salvation of a world and its people. The motives of a hero true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. As surely as you know the thrill of pushing your body and soul to their limits. Of confronting ever mightier foes, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void.
It's me with raiding. Honestly, that's why I want to do more week 1 raiding, because it's the only time it's enjoyable. Once everyone starts getting gear, not so much.
Such pleasures you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, adventurer?
Perhaps I should do hardcore raiding in Destiny too. You know, they got like 1-day challenge mode system where you can't outgear the raids. You just gotta be good. maybe I should think about doing that. Now, there's only one option I can really choose here, because I am a Zenos enjoyer, and it suits me, because he's right.
Ha! Acceptance! At long last! The conflagration of our clash will scorch even the stars!
Like, I enjoyed when we killed the final trial and didn't hit to fight Zenos. I know there's other people that probably didn't, but... I did. Come. Alright. Time to power up. Spark of hope. Let's do this.
Hold nothing back. Push yourself to your limit and me to mine.
I'm zoomed in a bit for this fight, because you know, why not? I think I could have just stayed on him, obviously.
Still fighting you, I see.
Do not stand in the water. It actually impressed me how many people forgot Shinryu mechanics before this battle. So he's basically just full of Shinryu mechanics, but there were so many people that
Show me your vaunted fortitude.
were just like, I thought Shinryu was a pretty iconic battle. But I guess people retain things at different rates.
Soon you will know the full extent of my power.
Let me get this off. Oh.
Mine for the taking.
I thought for sure I was hit there. I also liked how they made those abilities
Mine for the taking.
have like no read, so you just had to figure them out, right? The first time you'd always get hit. He's probably gonna say the thing soon.
A test of your reflexes.
They were tested. I might be 34,
Test of your reflexes.
but I got the reflexes of a 12-year-old. Can't catch me with that shit. I will get hit by an Exa though.
For the taking.
I'm not ready. Hey, it's tank privilege. You know, I'm in a pretty good spot.
A test of your reflexes.
Save no mercy for next battle.
Ah, my soul. How it burns. I know you feel it too. The inferno swelling within you. Come! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you! Ah!
Zenos cheats.
Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent. Yes, yes! Rise once more. It mustn't end yet.
This mechanic's funny because it's like, how do I dodge it? You just can't.
Mine for the taking.
Almost got hit there. I was rough dividing.
I have you.
Also, man, I'm pumping. I've been critting everything. Even the double down crit. Could have got another. Oh well.
A test of your reflexes.
Don't know why I ran around them. Could have just run right through
Show
them.
me your vaunted fortitude. A test of your reflexes.
I wasn't even close to him. He tested my reflexes from afar. Silly Zenos.
Mine for the taking.
I never found this battle to be difficult though, even the first time through it was just a little bit of fun, right?
No, not yet. Not until the
But I've
last
never
of
done
you
it as a
spits.
DPS.
Burn, burn! Now fall. This is my moment. Our moment.
Maybe I should go a little bit faster just to make sure I don't actually fail. That'd be not great. You know. Only 1 second left, that must seem so hard. I can take it. This is so anime though. I love when I watch a Lalafell play through this. He just kicks the Lalafell. Got his ass. We had a good fight, but you lose.
That I should lose again. How disappointing.
I think if this was a single player game, it would have been pretty good for the main character and Zenos to die here. That's my take.
Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions. Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark. Blinding, brilliant. Gone. Too soon.
I know, Zenos. I feel that way too about things.
What of you, my mirror? Born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure.
See, I mean, your life doesn't flash before your eyes just for nothing. We were totally going to die. And if this was a single player game, we would.
Or a burden. Did you find fulfillment?
He loves us, that's what he wanted to say. The first playthrough, it's weird, it's a convenient device to get out of here, but it makes sense after a bit.
Can you hear? Safe. Must tend to. Open your. Please.
Open my what?
Someone, and
Excuse me? Alize crying is always the catalyst.
you can't leave us. Not like this. If you do, I'll never forgive you. Oh, come on. Open your eyes and get up.
She'll never forgive us. That would be a shame. Just 5 more minutes? It's like today when I woke up to my alarm, I'm like, nah, I'm going back to sleep.
Are you with us?
A bit sore. Keep healing.
Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought...
Is everyone alright?
After what you've done, you're the last person to be asking that. You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
We tended to thy wounds as best we could. But how is the pain?
Kin. Gigachad Kin.
That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Don't worry.
There's nothing gladdening about this. When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came.
Yeah.
And when you finally deign to appear, you're within an ilm of your life.
Yeah.
Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
Wasn't my fault. My friend needed attention.
Oh, those were cries of celebration. Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once. I hope you're ready.
Cheeky wink. Wish I looked good when I
While you
winked.
were unconscious, we set out from...
Just feels unnatural.
You see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside.
Ah, my ass. Jesus. Help me out.
We're home, my friend. We're home.
It's good to be back. Lisa's like, if I wave, they'll see me. Can't see shit, dude. The spaceship doesn't even have very good windows. It is nice to see all the characters.
Is that? It is! It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Imagine if it wasn't us, you know, some alien species stole the Ragnarok and invaded.
Thank heavens.
Epirus. And we had to fight our way back from the edge of the universe some other way.
Welcome home, everyone!
I need Tataru to make me cry. Jeez.
Welcome home!
Impressive that we could lane that thing there, honestly. Like, it's very impressive. Alright, I'm skipping these because they're 47 minutes long and I've already watched them. Obviously it will make the final bit of the cutscene, you know, where you get your name in and stuff right now, a bit shit because the music's different, but hey. I don't want to watch 47 minutes of scrolling names. We have stuff to do. We've got a patch next week. I've got to be ready for it. I do like this though. It's a nice touch. It's me. To your bun. I think Chris from the Preach team made a displate of that shot. I would love to buy some of the displays that they have, but
Dearest mother, dearest father,
shipping is more expensive than the display
this
right
letter
now.
will be the very last that I write to you.
I don't want to pay
From the rising
$80.
stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself, a veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark. Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there. At least, that is what the story will be.
We got debated. Collectively as a community. Some people obviously would have been like, I don't believe it. But collectively, I think over 50% of the community probably was like, what?
Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask.
I hope, you know, since Cory Boulder and all them are going their own way because they need training and stuff, I hope when they come back, they make Cory Boulder a nearly main character because I want to go on an adventure with him.
I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
That's all I ask.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations. To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
I haven't really done Tataru's quest past the first one, so maybe I should do that in the near future.
Empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru, as do I our next meeting.
After Savage Prague might have some time to do it.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
On your bike, piss off. It's basically what she says. At least I don't need to read all these things because they're not voice acted from what I remember. Which means I can skip them. They are important, sure, but this is still the skipper's playthrough. I definitely would have run overtime had I tried to finish yesterday, though, because I already streamed 6 hours, right? All up yesterday. And we're at an hour and a half now, which means we would have been over my 7 hour. Would have been okay. But, you know, when you got other stuff to do as well, can't just be streaming all day. We'll hold this cutscene for a while because I like it. I don't have anything to say. Just wondering how I'll earn my keep. You'll be fine, Estinian. But me? Estinian was fine without us for a long time, you know, he doesn't need help. Don't overdo it, Graha. Leave the rising stones. Everyone get out. It's Tataru's house now. I think Rael's like the luckiest dude. He gets to go on a trip with Ifami in her leagues.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sharlayan before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Radzat Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Yep, that's everyone. We all have our jobs, we all have our missions.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
Wherever the wind blows, honestly.
Indeed. Fair point.
Where will Yoshi P take me next?
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
I like how we see Meteon here, but I'm wondering if she'll ever show up again in the future. Or if that's just a shade. Because she's clearly flying around, still alive. I was hoping she'd show up at the end of, like, Endwalker. But, I haven't seen her yet. Finn! Yet stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end. I hope it does eventually. Can't just be playing this game for 50 years. Would be impressive though.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me.
An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal. And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as she foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
Next week. Oh. That's probably the most interesting part of next patch for me, is the wrap up of Pandemonium. That's what I care about the most. We did it. We finished. We finished the base story. There's still... I got a Meteon card. I don't even know if I have that on my main. There are still 3 patches worth of story to do now. And I guess because I have like another hour, I can get that rolling. I don't know how far we'll get into 6-1. I don't remember it being very long, but I also don't remember much of it because I didn't find it very exciting. So... But whatever I don't get done today of this, I will finish over the weekend, I think. And then on Monday, we'll try to bang out 6-2 and 6-3. Maybe I should see how many quests there are in each of them. Let's see.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
So there's 10 quests in 6-1. Okay. 9 quests 6-2, 9 quests 6-3. But 6-2 and 6-3 have a dungeon and a trial in each, so it's a bit longer. That's not so bad.
Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
I only left 3 minutes ago.
Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Nope. A grand new adventure.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you.
The edge of existence is boring.
You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
Great idea, but where to start?
With so many exciting places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down. But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind. Thavnair. That's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Yep, aim at spoiling everything.
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
I mean, it's paraphrasing, but sure.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress. Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Make sure it has pockets. I need them. I don't need to tell Tataru she's the beast. She already knows.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care.
Apart from when she says.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement. I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims. Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Some of us.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Ah, a dream. My first thought was Zenos. Close though.
And thus I am returned.
At least there's intrigue in this page, unlike 5.1 where it was just like, do some politicking.
Ah, you're awake. My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga?
I wouldn't say the dream was that pleasant. More like a nightmare.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
They didn't even take me outside. I thought that's why the loading screen was there, to take me outside. No. It was so long. The hell? I'll probably play up until the dungeon. That's probably where we'll end off today. It's a weird spot to end, but I don't want to like go through the dungeon and then have all the cutscenes and stuff afterwards and run out of time. You know, I've still never worried to look through any of this. I'm sure there's some good lore in there, but I honestly forgot it existed. Maybe after the next patch I'll give it a read. Where did they put it anyway? Collections, right? Wherever the hell that is. Yeah. We'll give it a read after the next patch. See what we've missed out on. I'm sure there's probably a lot of people that have forgotten that it exists, so... Oh yes, Hildebrand. I have unlocked it up to Endwalker on this character. So it is basically ready to go. Cannot skip these cutscenes. I don't think it would take me that long to get to the dungeon. I think I'd have the time to do it and everything, but just not feeling it. It's not a particularly enjoyable dungeon anyway, in my opinion. All the trash is spaced way too far apart. You gotta run. The bosses aren't that interesting. It's like, eh. How about a drink? Yes, a free drink for you. There's more where that comes from. We're fast reading. VOD watchers, feel free to pause. Another round. Fill him up. We shall spare no expense. I am no stranger to peril. Maybe he could use some water. Some water will do him good. The weird pause wink. He's parched. He's been drinking like a fish. I guess alcohol isn't really, not really a refreshing thing, is it? Not much of a drinker myself, but it's not really good for the body.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Treasure?
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment?
I feel like this is Fankrid's voice actor, right? Just different kind of accent.
As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
Armpit enjoyers, get your fill.
A map to Alzadal's legacy.
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches. And I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. You're scrawny-eyed and never return with that treasure alive.
Funny because, you know, he's trying to scam for the mate, but it is actually real.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim?
So he actually scams himself.
How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map. Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoard they stand to uncover.
But, you know, clearly during this cutscene I'm like, that map's fake. And of course, Estinian rocks up. And he is very good with coin.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
But at least in this this moment, Estinian's just thinking about the young child being poor.
Well met, my friend.
Mm-hmm. I see you bought a mate.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
I didn't dress up.
But why Thavner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
I didn't change my clothes at all since the last time I saw you, Estinian.
Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
Interesting.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
I'm sure we'll be okay.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
You seem eager to be underway.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavner what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Forgot about that.
You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
Absolute giga-chad Estinian. A man of the people.
You are coming along, yes?
Naturally.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
It's like you get the cool adventure music and it's back to Reds at home. I can also begin the Akasadora tribe dailies now that I'm finished Endwalker. That's good. Get the warrior a little bit more XP. I did finish off both the pre's before, so now I can just do that. Maybe the warrior can hit 90 before Savage Week. Just want to be able to try both. What brings us to the village? Boat. And it's level 80 as well. Just more. I don't know if I really care to, like... I gotta do that, obviously, for the raid, but I don't know if I care to unlock the dungeons. Or the island sanctuary. Island sanctuary is probably going to be a hard pass for an alt. I don't even like doing it on my main. I've got like 100,000 coins saved up, ready for whatever rewards they put in next patch. So I don't really have to do it. But I hope they stop adding rewards to it eventually, so I can stop going there.
Urgica, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
I am not a main.
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
It reminds me of, you know, back when you're young, you're living with your siblings, and they're like, Mum or Dad, when they like see you, and it's like, I am not your father. Because they were just expecting someone else. It happened a bit. It's always funny. What are you two working on?
Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Fowl.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
I'm looking for friends to come on an adventure with me.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition?
Yes, that's what I see.
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
I bet Kryle's like the most powerful wizard in the game. She just doesn't like unleashing her power.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Mm-hmm.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
No.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola? Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loporrits are looking to make improvements to their own creation, and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Wasn't Estinian the leader? I've taken over.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Yes, yes, I might do the Alliance raid on this character.
Then it's off to the library.
I'm not sure though, because I don't really need to. I am playing on Raid and Savage on it. What else do you need from Alliance raid? Other than some free coins. It's pretty nice with the loot changes. Obviously, accessories being free is still a bit much, because you need so many of them if you want to gear jobs. But getting a piece on week 3 is going to feel so much better than waiting the whole month. I'm a tank after all, it's not like we get gear. It's alright, the gunblade will drop first kill on P12. Easy.
I've never known your Stola to doze off in the middle of research before.
She looks comfortable. My stomach grumbled and she woke up. Shit.
Close my eyes for one moment. How long have you two been here?
You know, not so long, right? Only a few minutes. Catching up on some light reading.
Something to that effect. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
Impressive.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
Mm-hmm.
Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it.
I believe you.
So I promised Runar. But 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me?
Would you like to come to a dungeon?
Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
After we find Urianger.
Achiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
You know, it's kind of funny, like we're forming a 4-man party, but I never bring up the Destinian as with us. So, like, you know, we already have 4 people now. Are you sure we want another one? Graha? Just off inviting people by yourself. Yeah, we'll definitely make it to the dungeon unlock. But after that, I'm probably done for the day. I know it's going to be really short, like 2.5 hour Andy over here, but I have a raid to do, more 6.4 prep stuff. Next week we should get back to regular streams, because any raids that happen next week on, I'll probably stream, so... Just thought, you know, the first few raids with the new team, I want to get to know them and stuff like that.
Ah, our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure.
I haven't actually equipped the clothing, so it's a bit weird of you to say that.
I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
It's good to see you well.
And thee. As ever, thou art the picture of strength.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loporrits had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
You have learned of my predicament from Mistress Kryl. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loporrits now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
Yes. We love treasure.
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon? So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation.
Speaking of treasure maps, I think the Static want to do a few over the weekend. I do have 5 saved up, so that's good. Because they need money. They're a bunch of paws. I'm just sitting here like, I have over 100 million. I'm gonna pay someone to craft my gear next patch, and you guys need some money.
But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation. How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Istinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
Oh, so you do know about Estinian. Convenient.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
Well,
all is well, I trust?
You're late, Thancred.
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter.
This is good.
In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather?
We're going on an adventure. And we don't have any space in the party.
Beneath the waters of the bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Ah, of course. And if you have a Stinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Yes.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I?
I'm sorry, Fankred. You're just a gunbreaker, and I'm a gunbreaker. You know how it works, man. We need LB generation.
In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations. Till we meet again.
Be good.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
I'm sure he won't wonder what's become of you, because he doesn't even know you're coming. Me? Sure. It's going to be a surprise for him. I think it's this quest handing that gives us a dungeon unlock. I believe so, anyway. Pretty productive 2 hours, if I must say so myself. Money. Yeah. Azadol's Legacy. Off-stream dungeon. Because I need to do stuff over the weekend. So it's gonna be one of the things. Because even though I have time, probably, you know, I've still got an hour until raid. I don't want to feel rushed. So that is where I'll leave the MSQ for today. So that I do not feel rushed. But that's fine. Probably won't come back later, like after raid and such, like I did yesterday. Probably not going to happen today. I'll just go into weekend mode. You know, I've got some other stuff to do over the weekend, like real work, stuff like that. Ugh. Also got to clean the house. That'll be fun. But needs to be done before raid stuff comes out. You know, get my shit in order before raiding, because I'm a big degenerate, you know, waking up at 6 in the morning, stuff like that. Assuming the servers are up, I will stream on Monday. So that's Sunday for anyone in the American region. And it might potentially be 6.2, 6.3. I'll try to just bang those out on one day. I think it's possible. Like if I give myself 3.5 hours per, I think it's doable. As long as the queues are favourable. And they are current expert dungeons, so yeah, should be okay. Maybe I can get a healer queue going. Do know a few healers anyway. So that's Monday, and then we'll be prepped. I'm gonna also do Pandemonium on this character over the weekend. Since I'll be at patch 6.2, I will be able to do all 8 of the current bosses. I'm just gonna buy some late 16 gear. Just to frickin' pump it. And then that should prep us well going into next week. I don't know what the plan is fully for next week. Obviously Tuesday is maintenance day. I don't know if I'll stream because Final Fantasy service won't be up, but maybe I can play something else. There are other games I do enjoy playing. I just don't know. I don't know if I should do that or just take the day off and get ready. Scheduling though for like next week, I'm not 100% sure on, because we're going to talk about it, I guess, after this raid that we do today. Maybe during the weekend we'll schedule everything. Savage Week schedule I'll post on my Discord. Probably next week. The stream times will basically be in a similar region. They'll just be started a few hours early because we start raid at like 8 AM my time instead of 10 AM when I start stream. So basically the same thing, but different. And that should be 8 hours a day. Obviously some breaks here and there because you can't just raid for 8 hours and feel fresh. People need food. Sometimes you just got to get up and stretch after a 1% wipe or something, you know, stuff like that. The goal is to push for a week 1 clear. But depending on the difficulty and everything, and I don't actually know if anyone in the team has had a week 1 clear, so it's the possibilities there. Whether it happens or not, that will remain to be seen. Plus, for me, I was going for I was looking for a group that was looking for a month 1 clear. Getting invited to a group that wants to go for a week 1 clear was a bit of a overstep to that. But they seem cool. They're not like the toxic week 1 people that you generally run into from my interactions with them so far. Hopefully it doesn't change when we're actually getting in there and it's week 1 Savage, because people will screw up mechanics, obviously. They're fights that we haven't done. Not everyone's going to rock up to raid and just, oh, I know all the mechanics, let's go. It won't be blind prog though. We are starting like 10 hours late. So we will know the fight, at least the first few I would say, before zoning in. I might have the least time to catch up on the mechanics before going in, so I might be a bit more blind than others, but I will do what needs to be done to not screw it up too much. Because I need to sleep, obviously. I'm not going to change my sleeping pattern too much. But there is tome gear that I need to farm a little bit before that first raid as well, so I do need to plan accordingly. I might be up at like 4 in the morning that day. Just to grind some tomes, get ready for raid, be prepared. Also this weekend I need to actually find a crafter. Because I want 2 sets of fending gear crafted for both my characters, obviously, so one each. No weapons, because I just plan on getting the extreme trial weapon. And yeah. Also want about 1,000 potions. I think 1,000 potions is a good portion to start the Savage tier. I doubt I'll use 1,000 potions within a Savage tier, but we're also planning on doing top, and I definitely think I will use 1,000 potions there. Considering. Although they will be upgraded potions, so the DPS check will be a little bit easier with top this coming patch. Like upgraded food and upgraded potions. Food, I also have to worry about that. Ugh. There's so much, dude. But that's okay. I'll find my Omnicrafter. I'm gonna pay them generously if anyone is an Omnicrafter and wants to work for me over the next week. Hit me up. Because you probably get 20 million gil out of it at least. So, but it will be a lot. So make sure you have time. 2 sets of gear, food, and potions is going to be a lot of stuff. I don't know how much food I want to go for. Maybe like 300. 300 sounds good, I think. Maybe 400, 200 on each character. We'll see. But yeah, I do plan on spending a big sum of money for that. Whoa. I also have the gold certificate currently. Which is basically gonna fund most of that crafting. Because let's be real, I'll probably just grab that and then try to sell it for like 15+ million. I don't think it's as relevant as it has been in the past, because you can just get crafted gear before the Savage comes out anyway now. But from what I saw, they do still sell. With the recent one anyway. So let's see, chest, the ornate, right? I mean, that was recently though. I'm sure that's just like a gold seller. These 40 million ones are probably all gold selling. Let's be real. Or guild transfer and stuff like that. But 20 million day one. And then, you know, more than 10 mil. I mean, 15 mil average is pretty good. I would put it up for 15 mil in a heartbeat. So that's probably something I'll be grabbing and putting up day one, just to try and make the money back that I will be spending. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, get ready for raid, have some lunch beforehand so I'm not super hungry, because my stomach was rumbling a little bit even though I had breakfast. Just a really short stream. I mean, the last 3 streams have been short, right? But we did what we needed to do before the end of the week. If I wasn't raiding today, I could finish 6-1, but I'll do it over the weekend, like I said, and then come back on Monday for 6-2 and 6-3. Hopefully push them to the end. I think it's doable. I don't remember them being like super long each, like, you know, 3 hours or so. So, look forward to all the content that's coming. Soon we won't have story content to do, it will just be raiding. But after that, other games as well. I want to do more variety stuff. I don't really want to be stuck in the Final Fantasy section forever. Even though there'll be a lot of it over the next year, because I want to prog the ultimates and stuff like that. I might also look at trying to prog those a bit faster than you generally would. I'm sure I can make something work. There are a few communities that I would say I'm at least a little bit known in that maybe might be willing to put some time into it. But yeah. I guess I'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend. Have a great rest of your day today or night, depending on where you are in the world. I feel like everyone says that now. I remember saying that shit 5 years ago, and now everyone says it. All the streamers that I watch. It's crazy. But you know, we just want everyone to have a great day. It's hard to end after only 2.5 hours. It feels weird, but you know, like I said, I got shit to do. So, have a good one. Thanks for joining. I'll see you when I see you next.